Shalom, this is Sharona Halickman speaking to you live from Yerushalayim. This week in Israel we read Parshat Behar, so I'll be speaking about Parshat Behar, and next week you'll be reading Behar outside of the land of Israel. In Parshat Behar, chapter 25, sentence 38, we read, Ani Hashem Elokechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim latet lachem et eretz Canaan liot lachem lelokim. I am Hashem your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, to be a God for you. This pasuk sounds very familiar. It sounds like the first one of the 10 Commandments, which we read in Shemot 22. Anochi Hashem Elokecha asher hotzeticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mibeit avadim. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. So what's different here? What's different here is that Parshat Behar elaborates on the first commandment and gives us the reason why the Jewish people were taken out of the land of Egypt. And that reason is to be given the land of Israel and for God to be their God there. So Rashi comments on this, Latet lachem et eretz Canaan, to give you the land of Canaan, Bischar shetekablu mitzvotai. You'll get the land of Israel if you observe my commandments. That will be your reward. Liot lachem lelokim, to be a God for you. Shekol hadar be'eretz Yisrael, ani lo lelohim. Whoever lives in the land of Israel, I am their God. V'chol hayotze mimena ke'oved avodah zarah. But he who leaves the land of Israel, it's as if they're worshiping idols. Now that seems pretty harsh. So let's see where that idea comes from. Now, there's an idea that a nation's prestige is bound up by the size of its population. And those who add numbers to foreign lands are, in a sense, honoring foreign gods. And this is how King David felt when he was fleeing from King Saul in the book of Shmuel Aleph 26:19. He was leaving the land of Israel to go to Moab. He was fleeing for his life. And he said that he feels that he's being considered as if he's serving idols, that he's being forced to worship idols. As he says, for they have driven me out this day from being joined to the inheritance of God, saying, go and serve other gods. So he took it that seriously. The Rambam in Hilchot Melachim, and the laws of kings says that there are actually very few circumstances that a Jew is permitted to leave the land of Israel. And those circumstances are to study Torah, to get married, to escape idol worship, and to do business. And even in those situations, it's not just to make a little bit extra money, but it's in the idea that if there's really a danger to staying in Israel, that they cannot support themselves at all, then they can leave Israel. But even then, it's just for a certain amount of time, and it's not supposed to be permanent. It would be similar to what we have today when somebody goes on shlichut, and just for a short trip. It was once reported in Yediot Achronot, the Israeli daily newspaper, that 14,000 Olim, 14,000 Jews came to move to Israel. But it was also reported that 20,000 Israelis left the land of Israel, which means that actually we had more Israelis leaving the land than people from outside of the land moving to the land, which is a big issue. So this means that people outside of the land of Israel often have a greater sense of the value of the land of Israel than people living in the land of Israel. And we see this with the Salute to Israel parade, which is a very big Zionist event outside of the land of Israel, which really brings the Jews closer together and really gets them to understand the importance of the land of Israel. And right now we have the Eurovision, where we have people from all over the world visiting Israel, and we also have the whole world really watching what's taking place in Israel, and this is a very big Zionist event. So these are ways to get people from outside more interested in the land of Israel. The question is, how do we connect the Israelis that are already living here? How do we encourage them to stay in the land of Israel and to appreciate the ability to have the state of Israel and to appreciate being able to observe